This week in the world of AI and internal audit, we saw some big moves that point to a new era of governance and oversight. OpenAI just launched GPT-5 on August 7th, and it is a game changer for auditors and governance professionals. The new model comes with enhanced reasoning capabilities, unified task routing, and real-time decision-making. What makes this especially important for us is that it also improves auditability, making it easier to understand how the model arrives at decisions. This speaks directly to the growing concern among audit committees about AI transparency and how we oversee AI in enterprise environments. The launch also aligns with a broader industry push for more transparent and accountable AI systems. Now, speaking of broader industry moves, we are also seeing major investments in AI infrastructure. OpenAI is expanding its data center capacity and buying up a lot of GPUs, which is driving up electricity demand across the US. This has serious implications for audit and compliance teams. Companies now face new expectations when it comes to energy use, procurement oversight, and environmental governance. In other words, AI is no longer just a cool experiment. It is mission critical, and that means we need solid governance frameworks to manage the associated risks. Meanwhile, over 40 researchers from top AI labs, including OpenAI, DeepMind, Anthropic, and Meta, released joint research on, quote, chain of thought monitorability, end quote. This work is all about making advanced AI reasoning more transparent and auditable, a major step towards setting technical standards that support regulatory compliance and governance. It is a reminder that we have a fragile but important window to build in safety and transparency before the next wave of even more powerful AI models arrives. Turning our focus to internal audit, we have a great real-world example from Brazil. Bradesco Bank, one of the largest private banks in the country, used Azure OpenAI to build an AI assistant named Ayla. Even though the audit team had no prior IT experience, they created a tool that automated data processing and planning, and the result was a 65% increase in audit planning efficiency. The key takeaway here is that they also put governance protocols in place to maintain reliability and transparency, which shows how important change management and thoughtful oversight are when integrating AI into audit workflows. In our tool spotlight this week, we are taking a closer look at GPT-5 from OpenAI. This model is especially useful for audit applications like reviewing policy documents, generating audit reports, and flagging unusual transactions. It performs at an expert level across coding, science, and visual reasoning tasks. If your team is considering this tool, be aware that enterprise pricing is not off the shelf. It requires direct negotiation. More importantly, you will need to set clear use case boundaries and ensure human oversight for all audit results. That means establishing strong access controls and careful data handling before you roll it out. Finally, here is your prompt of the week. Use this to evaluate internal control documentation. Just say, quote, review this internal control description and identify one potential control gaps or weaknesses. 2. Missing segregation of duties. 3 areas where automation could improve effectiveness. And 4 recommendations for strengthening the control. Focus on practical implementable suggestions. Here is the control description : paste. Your control documentation here, end quote. We recommend starting with a simple, well-documented control to test how well the AI analyzes it before moving on to more complex scenarios. That is it for this week AI Digest. If you want more tips, tool demos, or walkthroughs, let us know. Until next time, have a great day.